Peace, everyone. Welcome back to Giganomics. And about 2 months ago, I started looking at my routes differently. Instead of asking myself, how could I get more customers? I started asking, how much more money could I pull out the same 15-mile area? I took one 2-hour morning window in my city, I set a 15-mile radius, and I stacked 3 clients on top of each other. Right now, I have a pharmacy run in the morning, a lab pickup on the way back, and a senior care facility receiving supplies just a few minutes from the lab. 3 clients, 1 route, $5,000 a month. And I want to show you exactly how I build it in 60 days, client by client and week by week. Let's jump into it. Let me show you the math before I show you the system. Client 1, a pharmacy. Average 10 to 15 deliveries a day, 5 days a week. At $10 per delivery, that's $500 to $750 a week. Monthly, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 if they're busy. But let's be conservative, and we're going to call it $1,200 to $1,500 a month, which is the start. That's your anchor. Client 2, a clinical lab or a specimen pickup account. And these are shorter runs. You're picking up at doctor offices, urgent cares, and sometimes smaller clinics. The drop-offs are simple as well. You're just going straight back to the processing lab. You do this on your way back from your pharmacy route. And these accounts, they pay per stop at $8 to $15 per pickup. You got 5 to 10 pickups every morning. Monthly, you making another $1,000 to $1,800. Client 3, a senior living facility or home care agency. And these are scheduled runs. Same people, same days, and the same pickups. Prescription delivery, medical supply runs, lab specimen pickups from homebound patients. These pay by the hour or by the route, $35 to $50 an hour, 4 to 6 hours a week. Monthly, another $800 to $1,500. Now let's add it up, and we're gonna use some conservative numbers. $1,200 plus $1,000 plus $800, that's $3,000 a month on a slow start. If we push it, that's $1,500 plus $1,800 plus $1,500, that's $4,800. Add 1 overflow account, you got your $5,000, all inside the same 2.5 morning window and all inside the same 15-mile radius. You're not working more hours. You making the hours you already work worth more. All right, so let's build this thing week by week, starting with days 1 through 14. Client 1 is the pharmacy. You already know my system. Google Maps, search independent pharmacies within 15 miles, call them and use the strip. I gave you the exact word for word strip in the last video. Drop a comment if you still need that link. When you calling, here's what you're looking for specifically for the stack to work. You want a pharmacy that has daily delivery volume, not once, not occasional, daily runs. You want them within your target corridor, and you want an owner or a pharmacist who's already frustrated with their current situation. Could be they got no driver, could be they driver quit, could be they using a national carrier and overpaying. All 3 of those are doors. Now, pricing for client 1, here's how you set the anchor. You don't charge by the mile. That's for amateurs. You charge per delivery or per route. For a local pharmacy with 10 to 15 daily deliveries, quote them a flat daily rate. Start at $75 to $100 a day for a guaranteed window. That's $1,500 to $2,000 a month for them. Cheaper than hiring an employee and cheaper than the national carrier they're using now. And you just set the foundation of your stack. Days 1 through 14, your one goal is to get 1 pharmacy to say yes and start. That's it. You're not building the whole stack yet. You're laying the first brick. Most people overcomplicate this, land just 1, overperform no matter what it is, and build trust. Week 2, that's about executing your contract flawlessly. Now they're going to tell their networks about you. Days 15 through 30, that's client 2, the clinical lab or the specimen pickup accounts. And here's where the stack get interesting. Your pharmacy route runs in the morning, usually 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., maybe around 10:30-ish, but you done. You heading back, and that return window, that's dead time right now. You driving the same 15 miles back, but with nothing in your car. Client 2 fills that window. Clinical labs need specimens picked up every morning. Blood draws, urine samples, cultures, they all go to a processing lab the same day. The problem is most small clinics and urgent care offices don't have a driver. The doctor office is sitting on specimens waiting for a carrier, and that's you. How do you find them? You look for independent clinical labs in your corridor. LabCorp and Quest, they have their own network, so you're going to skip them. You want the small regional labs, the ones servicing 15 to 30 doctor offices. They often have contractor portals, or you can contact them direct. The other angle, call independent urgent care clinics. Ask them who handle their specimen pickups. Half of them are going to say, we need something more reliable, and that's your door. Pricing for client 2, you're going to charge per stop. $10 to $15 per pickup. If you're hitting 8 stops on your return window, that's $80 to $120 a morning. 5 days a week, that's $1,600 to $2,400 a month using your car or miles you was already going to drive anyway. And let me ask you something. You're already making that return drive, right? You driving 15 miles back to where you started every morning, Right now, that drive is costing you gas and it's paying you zero. What if this same drive paid you $1,600 a month? That's not a grind, that's math. And the math is always on your side when you stack. Days 15 through 30, your goal is to identify your lab targets. Make the call and land the account. You don't need a fancy pitch. You say, I'm currently running a morning courier route through your area and I have pickup availability between 10 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. Do you have specimen pickup needs that I can help you with? That's it. Short, professional, Pacific time window. They either need it or they don't. Most of them will need it. Days 31 through 45 is client 3, and that's the senior facility or the home care agency. This is the one that locks in the $5,000 and is also the easiest client to keep long term. And here's why. Senior care facilities and home care agencies, they have predictable reoccurring needs. Same prescriptions every week, same medical supply runs, same pickup from homebound patients. These are the best clients in this industry. Once you in the building, you in the building. Some of the most stable courier relationships in the medical space are with senior facilities. They find someone reliable and they don't let go. What they need, prescription deliveries from their partner pharmacies, which might already be client 1. They need medical supply pickups, lab specimens picked up from homebound patients who can't leave the facility, and every now and then you're going to transport some medical records or some paperwork between the facilities. And how do you get in? You call a director of operations or the nurse manager, not the front desk. The front desk doesn't have the authority. You want the person who manages vendor relationships. And here's your strip. Hi, my name is, I'm a local independent medical carrier. I'm currently working with pharmacies and labs in the area, and I wanted to find out, do you have a process for prescription delivery and medical supply runs for your residents, or is that something you manage internally? That question does two things. One, it positions you as someone who already worked with their partners. You're not a random person cold calling. You're already embedded in a world. Two, managing internally is almost always the wrong answer for them, and they know it. When staff is handling delivery runs, that's a liability. That's time away from patient care. You offering to take that off their plate. Pricing for client 3, you bill by the hour or by the scheduled route. For a weekly route, 2 to 3 visits per week, you quote $150 to $250 per week. Monthly, that's $600 to $1,000. For on-demand overflow, $40 to $50. And don't negotiate below $35. That's your floor. You say it first, you say it with confidence, and you never apologize for it. Days 31 through 45, land 1 senior care account. That's your only goal, just 1. You don't need a network of 15. You need 1 solid relationship in your corridor that pays you $800 to $1,200 a month to start. Days 46 through 60, you got 3 clients. You know what to do now. You run the route, you show up every day, same window, same professionalism. You respond fast, you communicate before a problem become a problem. You don't ghost, you don't be late, and you build your reputation. Because here's what's likely to happen. Client 1, your pharmacy, tell client 3 facility director, we have a great courier if you ever need overflow. Client 3 facility director, tell a home care agent next door the same thing. And now you got a 4th opportunity without making a single cold call. And it might not play out like that, but word of mouth and referrals in this industry goes a long way. And that's how you build a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month operation. Not by grinding more hours, by stacking more clients on the same route, by owning a corridor, by being the most reliable person in a 15-mile window. And here's what I need you to understand. Nobody can take this from you. Not an algorithm, not a deactivation email, not a tip policy change, not a competitor app launching. You negotiate directly, you own your client relationship, you set your price, you build in trust, you own the route, and can't nobody take that from you. Let me be real with you for a second. I know somebody watching this is already thinking, what if I can't get all 3 in 60 days? What if it takes 90 days? What if it takes 120 days? That's okay. The system still works. The timeline is just the target. The stack is the strategy. You land 1, you winning. You land 2, you building. You land 3, you got a business, not a side hustle. All right, so let me bring this home. The 3 client stack rule, same route, same 15-mile window, same 2 to 3 hour morning shift. Client 1, independent pharmacy. Day 1 through 14, $1,200 to $1,500 a month. That's your anchor route. Client 2, clinical lab or specimen account. Days 15 through 30, $1,000 to $1,800 a month. That fills your return window. Client 3 is the senior care facility or home care agency. Days 31 through 45, $800 to $1,200 a month. That locks in long-term relationship. Days 46 through 60, run the route, build your reputation, and let your network grow. 3 clients, 1 corridor, $5,000 a month. And every dollar of it is yours because you own the client, you own the route, and you cut out the middleman. And here's what I want you to walk away with today. The stack is not complicated. It's based on your geographics, plus relationships, plus consistency. And if you're ready to start, the first call is the hardest one. So you should make that today. If you found some value in this video, hit the like, hit the share, leave a comment, and drop what client you're going after first, the pharmacy, the lab, or the senior care facility. I try to read every one of them. And until next time, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, get to your hustle. Peace.